All right, let's get on to the next physical media review. This one is one I'm excited to talk about because I love this show. I love this show. And anyone who knows me or anyone who's known me for any length of time knows that I love Masters of the Universe, He Man and the Masters of the Universe. My wife and I bonded over Masters of the Universe. When we first met, I told her, I collect He Man figures, and then found out she had this great childhood love that continues to this day of She-Ra, He-Man's twin sister. So we kind of bonded over Masters of the Universe. One of our first dates was we went to dinner and then went back to her place and watched the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie on Blu-ray. That was one of our first dates. So available now on Blu-ray, Masters of the Universe Revelation and Masters of the Universe Revolution. This is the series that was created for Netflix, and it was executive produced by Kevin Smith. And if you are a He-Man fan, a Masters of the Universe fan, this one is a must-have. There have been several He-Man revivals, including another Netflix show that was done with CGI animation that I didn't care for. There was the She-Ra Princess of Power show for Netflix that I didn't care for. But this one is one of the best. This series is a sequel to the Filmation TV series. In fact, part one, for the first season is Revelation, the second season is Revolution. But the Revelation season springboards off a classic episode of the Filmation. And that's the episode where we find out who Teela's real mother is. And if you remember that episode, it was a first season episode of the original Masters of the Universe. Teela finds out that her mother is actually the sorceress of Castle Grayskull, and she's not supposed to know that. By the end of the episode, she forgets, but she's told it will be revealed to you when you're ready to know, when they erase her memory. And that's where Revelation picks up. It's about Teela finally finding out that she's the daughter of the sorceress and that she's destined to be the next sorceress. Now, when this show aired on Netflix originally, there was a lot of bad faith criticism about it. There were a lot of online grifters that were trying to say they're trying to turn Teela into the next He-Man. They've sidelined He-Man to focus on Teela. They're trying to say Teela is going to be the next He-Man. And those guys who were making those claims really demonstrated that they do not know the property or the lore of Masters of the Universe, because anyone who did know Masters of the Universe, anyone who was there in the 80s, immediately realized this isn't them turning Teela into the next He-Man. She's going to finally find out she's the sorceress. And anyone who knew the franchise knew that. But some bad faith grifters were trying to turn this into a culture war thing, and it never was. In fact, this show is so reverential of the Masters of the Universe lore. Like, this is like a love letter to the fans, basically. So then we got a really good second season too, called Revolution. And what's interesting about the second season, Mark Hamill does the voice of Skeletor in both season 1 and season 2. But they introduced Skeletor's alter ego, Keldor, in season 2, who is He-Man's uncle. And when they introduce Keldor, he's voiced by William Shatner. So what's interesting about season 2, Revolution, is you've got the lead actor from the top 2 sci-fi franchises of the 70s and 80s, Star Trek and Star Wars, voicing the same character. Because William Shatner, Captain Kirk, is Skeletor in his Keldor form, whereas Luke Skywalker is Skeletor in his Skeletor form. That's awesome. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Mill Creek put this out, and it is in a really nice steel book. Okay, so this slips on it. I should show you this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's got a slip sleeve. It's got the titles on there. On the back, you've got the information about the 2 seasons. But this is a slip sleeve. This comes right off, and underneath you have this steel book. Look at that. That artwork is fantastic. That artwork is just how can you be a Masters of the Universe fan and not be into this? I don't know. Look at that. All right, so then we have on the inside 3 discs. The first season is spread out over 2 discs. The third season is on a single disc, and there is this little booklet in there. Like I said with the Looney Tunes, this booklet kind of gives us the information about which which episode is on which disc, which is something that unfortunately was missing from the Looney Tunes. It would be really nice if there was some kind of cartoon guide so you could see what is on what disc. So that's really nice. This little booklet here. And look at this. We got like a guide to all the characters, and it's made to look like the old back of the box on the action figures. They had the back of the box that showed you the figures that were available. They kind of did it in that style. So that is really cool. This is a nice presentation. This is a really nice presentation of these episodes on this steelbook. And of course, I'm twisting my hand in a way I shouldn't be twisting my hand right now. I got to be more careful here with this stupid sling. I'm going to be in a hard cast soon. After the surgery, I'm going to be in a hard cast. And I'm not looking forward to being in a hard cast, but at least it would offer me better protection. You know, like I feel like it is too easy for me to like, you know, just sometimes you forget you're injured. Quite frankly, you're used to doing things a certain way and you start to turn your hand and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm injured. That happens. So that's unfortunate. But anyway, back to Masters of the Universe. This is really nice. You can get this available now. It's a steelbook. This was sent to me for review by our friends at Mill Creek. I want to thank Mill Creek for sending this. Huge He-Man fan. I love this. So thank you, Mill Creek Entertainment.